Every single Brazilian national team fullback since the year 2000, which is the year I was born. I'm 25 years old. So I've watched every single fullback here at least a little bit. So let me explain the rules. At the very top, we have gods, right? And gods, we're going to have a max for three players only. Then we have great, okay, trash. And then at the very bottom, we have a tier named after Emerson Royal. And now, why would I name the worst tier after Emerson Royal? So let me explain. For you to be at the very least great, right? If a fullback wanted to be at the very least great tier, he would have to be good at attacking and good at defending. He would have to be good. That's the very bare minimum for you to be considered a great fullback. Now, okay, the fullback could be good at attacking and trash at defending, or he could be good at defending and trash at attacking. Or he also has the option of being decent at defending and decent at attacking. Either one of those would earn the fullback the okay spot. So good trash or decent would earn them a spot on okay, while great has to be good, right? Good at defending and good at attacking. Now, trash. They would either be trash at defending and trash at attacking, or they would be decent and trash, right? So decent at attacking, trash at defending, or decent at defending and trash at attacking, right? So at the very bottom, what we have is hot trash and hot trash. So hot trash at defending, hot trash at attacking. And that player right there is Emerson Royal. The player I just described to you guys is Emerson Royal. This is one of the most frustrating players I've ever watched in my entire life. I genuinely cannot believe that for a short period of time, this guy was the Brazilian national team starting right back. I can't even believe that he would get called up to sit on the bench. And it's extremely frustrating and confusing how under his resume, he's got Barcelona, Tottenham Spurs, a traditional top 6 club in the Premier League, AC Milan, a legendary club, bro, alongside Barcelona, and Flamengo now, one of the most legendary clubs in South America, one of the most legendary clubs in South America, man, like in football. And this guy has all of these clubs under his belt. How is it possible? I mean, he's already sitting on the bench for Flamengo in the Brazilian league. So the Flamengo fans booed him. So everybody knows he's trash, but it's still crazy how he's made it this far. Like, I just don't understand. But thank God, bro, he's not even 30 and he's already sitting on the bench in the Brazilian league. He's not getting called up by Brazil. Respectfully, I'm sure, Emerson Royal, if by some chance you see this video, I'm sure you're a good guy, bro. You're probably a good guy, but you are the most frustrating player I've ever seen in my life, bro. Respectfully. Then we have Renan Lodji, the left back he used to be at Atletico Madrid. I think he even went to Nottingham Forest. I think now he's in Al Hilal in the Saudi league. Now, here's the thing. In the 2021 Copa America, Di Maria went on to score in the final against Brazil in Brazil, and we lost 1-0 to Argentina. That goal was Renan Lodji's fault. If you guys go watch that goal, it's 100% his fault. He was not marking Di Maria. The ball went right over his head. It's completely 100% his fault. And after that, if I'm not mistaken, he was never called up. He never started for Brazil again. He even came out a few years later or a year later and complained about how he wasn't getting called up. I think his wife had complained too. But here's the thing, bro. What you did is not only did you give Argentina a Copa America against Brazil, inside of Brazil in 2021, but you also gave Argentina the confidence to go into the 2022 World Cup and win the World Cup, because they hadn't won a Copa America in a long time. They hadn't won a World Cup in a very long time. And then you gave them that Copa America in 2021. You gave them the confidence, and that confidence was enough for them to go on to win the World Cup in 2022. So yeah, of course you've never been called up again. Of course you've never started again after that. What do you expect? Bro, you should just be happy that you haven't been arrested by Brazilian police. You should be happy that you can walk in Brazil freely. That enough should be enough for you, man. Now, what I'll say about him though, you know, with everything I just said, with all of that being said, I would still not put him on the Emerson Royal tier. I would put him on trash. Now, the thing is, he's actually not trash. Like, I think as a fullback, he's decent. He could even maybe be useful on this Brazilian national team. But it doesn't matter. After what he did, bro. After what he did. Basically, domestic tea, bro. I'm not going to say the word, but domestic tea. I would put this man right here at trash. If it wasn't for that mistake he made, he could actually be okay. But yeah, we're going to leave him there. Roberto Carlos, let's waste absolutely no time. World Cup winner. Pretty sure he won literally everything with Real Madrid. Let's go ahead and put him there. Fagner, the Corinthians right back who played the 2018 World Cup. I don't know if you guys remember him. He played, I believe it was the 2018 World Cup, if not the 2022. I think it was 2018. This guy was actually decent. I would say that this guy is decent at defending and decent at attacking. Brazilian League defender, and the Brazilian League very good. I would say overall as a defender, solid, like decent defending, decent attacking. I have no problem putting him at okay. Alex Telles. See, disclaimer here, I'm a Botafogo fan. Alex Telles plays for Botafogo. He won the Brazilian League and the Libertadores with Botafogo in 2024. He scored in the final for us. Libertadores being basically the Champions League of South America, the most important tournament. And we had never won that before. And he scored in the final. He scored a penalty. So I have a heavy bias for this guy, bro. I want to play him on great. But I'll be honest. I'll put my bias aside. He's a decent. He's an okay right, or he's an okay fullback. I think he's decent at defending and he's decent at attacking. Nothing. He's not amazing at anything, but he's decent. He's decent, and I actually think he should be a part of the Brazilian national team. I genuinely he should be in the World Cup right now. We don't have fullbacks better than Alex Telles. Like he could at the very least be on the bench, in my opinion. So then we have Filipe Luís. This is going to be the first great option that we have here. I would say he's good at attacking and he's good at defending. I think maybe his defending is more, if I'm not remembering this wrong. I think his defending is probably a bit more than his attacking. But I would still say good. Maybe good, great. I think I would say good, great. So good attacking, great defending. Then also he went back to Brazil, won a bunch of trophies, and then he became the manager of the team that he was playing at Flamengo and won a bunch of trophies. Crazy. Then we have Danilo. Next up, we have Danilo. In his prime at Juventus, right? He was never good enough. Never good enough to start for Brazil. Unfortunately, he would get called up a lot. I have no fucking clue why, but he would get called up a lot. And to make things worse, now he's currently playing at Flamengo. But the thing is, Flamengo is the top team in Brazil normally. But he sits on the bench at Flamengo. He's a bench player at Flamengo. So he wasn't good enough in his prime at Juventus, in my opinion. And now that he's on the bench for Flamengo in the Brazilian League, he's definitely not good enough, but he keeps getting called up. I don't know why he keeps getting called up. This guy is also very frustrating, right? I'm not going to put him at Emerson Royal because what I would say about this guy is I would say he's trash at attacking, just absolute trash. Decent, not even decent, just okay at defending. In his prime, he was like okay at defending. Okay, so I can't put him at Emerson Royal because he's not hot trash at attacking and defending. I would say in his prime, he was okay at defending, trash at attacking, maybe okay at attacking. I think he scored a free kick once. Yeah, very frustrating player. I can't believe he's a part of the team in 2026. Crazy. Then we have Douglas Santos. Now, Douglas Santos played in Italy for Atalanta, and now he plays at Zenit. I haven't watched enough of this guy to tell you exactly where he's at, but I've watched him play a couple friendlies now for Brazil. I've watched him play the first game of the World Cup against Morocco. He had a good slide tackle. I forgot. I think it was against Hakimi. I'm not remembering exactly. From what I've seen so far from Douglas Santos, he is at okay, but he has potential to go up to great, and he has potential to go to trash. As of right now, he's looking solid, man. He's looking okay. I'm happy he got called up. But he does have the potential to go to trash, and he does have potential to go to great. Just so you guys know, it's June 15th of 2026. So I'm speaking as of this date. I don't know if he's about to stink up the rest of the World Cup or not, right? He has potential to go up or down one rank. Then we have Cafu. Let's waste absolutely no time here. 2 times World Cup winner. I think he won the Champions League with AC Milan. Now, let's keep it real, okay? I have to keep it real here. Roberto Carlos and Cafu. I don't even think I remember Cafu that much, to be honest. Roberto Carlos, I do remember him because he came back to the Brazilian League, and I remember vividly him scoring an Olympic goal for Corinthians. But, let's keep it G real, okay? I can't say I remember them, very specifically because I was very little. But no one's going to argue with me, right? We're not going to argue about Cafu and Roberto Carlos. 2 times World Cup champion and a World Cup champion, Champions League winners. No one's going to argue with me, right? We're going to put them in gods and just move on. So we have Alexandro. Similar story. Very similar story to Danilo here. He played at Juventus in his prime, but I would say he's actually not trash. He's not as trash as Danilo. He now plays at Flamengo. Same thing as Danilo. They both moved over to Flamengo from Juventus. They were never that good, and now I think they're more trash. He's currently called up for the World Cup. He's also a part of the team in the World Cup 2026. I'm between okay and trash because his attacking, his touch was better than Danilo. Not significantly better, but it was better. So I almost want to put him at okay. But the thing is, I would rather, like, he doesn't deserve to be on the same level as Alex Telles and Fagner and potentially Douglas Santos. So I'm going to put him at the very top of trash. He's at the very top of trash. He's bordering okay. All right. Let me put this guy. Okay. So we all know that Renan Lodi is better than Danilo technically as a player, but because of what he did to Brazil, because of the confidence he gave Argentina, because of what he did, because of his giant mistake, he's going to be at the bottom. Then I would put Danilo, and then I would put Alexandro almost at okay. Then we have Maicon. Maicon, I vividly remember him being Brazil's right back when I was a kid. Very powerful shot, very pacey, just a powerhouse, man. Absolute powerhouse. I remember he scored a banger, like a Trivela banger at the very edge. Like he had no angle at all. It was about to go out for a goal kick, and he scored some crazy Trivela. This guy was crazy. Okay, this guy was insane. He was so good that when Dani Alves started playing, I remember as a kid being like frustrated, like why is Maicon not playing? And then obviously with time I realized Dani Alves was a fucking legend. But yeah, definitely great. Then we have the current right back. Now, his name's Abne. He played at Roma, I think. Now he plays in the Saudi league for the green team. I forgot how to say their name. I haven't watched enough of this guy, but I have watched now a few friendlies of him for the Brazilian national team and the first game of the World Cup, just like Douglas Santos. I don't know where to put him. I know he got a yellow card against Morocco's, and then he got subbed off like immediately. I'm going to put him, dude, I'm going to put him on okay. For now, guys, I'm going to put him on okay. But he's at the very bottom of okay. And he has potential to fall down to trash. Okay? He definitely has potential to fall down to trash. As a fullback, I know he can play at center back, but we're judging him as a fullback. He definitely has potential to fall down to trash. We would have to see. So I'm going to put him at the very, very bottom of okay. Then we have Marcelo and Danilo. I don't know why I keep saying Danilo. Marcelo and Dani Alves, two legends, that I definitely, I've watched basically their whole career, especially for the Brazilian national team. And we only have one more space for God, and we can't remove Roberto Carlos, World Cup champion. We can't remove Cafu, 2 times World Cup champion. We can't. We're going to have to pick between one, man. And I'm going to have to pick the serial Champions League winner, bro. I mean, this guy even won it recently in the 21-22 season, if I'm not mistaken. And he was a part of one of the plays. I think he passed it, if I'm not mistaken, he passed it to Modric. Modric did a like crazy Trivela pass, and I'm forgetting who it was that got the ball and scored. It might have been Benzema. And this was in a knockout round. Marcelo was involved in one of the most recent Champions Leagues that Real Madrid won, the 14th Champions League, bro. It's gonna have to be Marcelo, bro. It's gonna have to be Marcelo, and I would say Marcelo is great, amazing. I would say he's amazing at attacking, and defensively, he's not as strong. But I would say he's at least good at defending and amazing at attacking. Even if you want to say he's decent at defending, the fact that he's amazing at attacking would put him in here. Oh, and I forgot to say Maicon. Maicon is great. Like he's great at attacking, maybe great, decent. Maybe great and then good at defending. And then Dani Alves, we're gonna have to put him at great, but we're gonna put him at the very tippity top, like very tippity top. He is bordering God, okay? The only reason I can't put him here is because we got Max 3, and I can't put him over World Cup winner, 1-time World Cup winner, 2 times World Cup winner, and a serial Champions League winner. Like I can't do it, bro. It's not possible. Now, maybe I don't know if nostalgia is making me put Maicon over Filipe Luís, but we'll leave it at that. I think this right here is a perfect list. Let's hope our situation gets better. Let's hope Douglas Santos moves up to great. And let's hope Abne at the very least stays at okay. And let's hope Brazil wins this World Cup, bro. Come on.